After baking it for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees, turn the broiler on 525 to char up that outside just a tad. Baked salmon. Hey everybody, this is your boy Truett, and thank you for joining us back on Cooking with Truett, where I just share my love of food with the world. And this cook was a little bit different. If you know me, I'm a heavy beef guy, I'm a heavy pork guy. I love burgers, I love pork chops. We do brisket, Boston butt, prime rib, any kind of steak you could imagine. But this year, this was a Mother's Day request from my wife. So this was her Mother's Day dinner, and she requested baked salmon and Brussels sprouts. So salmon is normally not my go-to, but it's still really, really good. It was super delicious, and I'm gonna run over with how I did this cook. It's a pretty simple cook, but I wanted to run over it real quick. So, and in my house, I love my family, but I like to mess with my wife and kids, and I call it salmon because it drives them up a wall. We have a few friends of ours that actually call it salmon. So anyway, just for a shout out to my wife and my daughter, I made y'all salmon for dinner for Mother's Day this year. Anyway, so this year for the salmon, so what I did was I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. And what I did was I took the salmon, and I usually buy the whole salmon fillet, and I'll cut them up into thick, salmon steaks. This year, I brought the pre-cut salmon because the big fillets I saw, they were in really big packages and they were super thin, and nobody wants to cook a really, really super thin piece of salmon. So, so I bought the individual sliced pieces of salmon. They were pretty thick and they were really good. So anyway, so what I did was I oiled them with avocado oil, and then I seasoned them with salt, pepper, onion powder, and Old Bay. And we love the flavor of Old Bay in my house. It goes great with any kind of fish dish and on demand. So Old Bay, salt, pepper, and onion powder, and then slid it into the oven, cooked it for about 20-25 minutes at 400 degrees. Pulled it out of the oven. It was about 130-ish, 140-ish, 145 degrees internal temperature. So I took it out of the oven, turned the broiler on high as it could go, about 550 degrees. So turned the broiler on, stuck the salmon back in there just to char up that outside of that fish just a little bit, and it was so good. Then when it come out of the oven, basted it with some melted butter, and it was so succulent, so tender, so juicy. It was amazing. And then on the Brussels sprouts, all I did was simple, just cut them in half, oiled them with avocado oil, and then salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and then just saute them over in a pan for about 10-15 minutes to char them up, to wilt them up. But it was an easy cook. It was super good cook. So I got a big appetite. So overall price for this, I think it was $26 for the salmon and $3.50 for the Brussels sprouts. So literally in total, after taxes, it was only $30 to feed my family of 4. And if you know me, I love to eat. I had 3 big old pieces of salmon. So feed a family of 4 and me eating 3 pieces, it was plenty enough food. So to feed a family of 4 with the salmon and the Brussels sprouts, it was only $30. You cannot beat that. I can't even go to Taco Bell or Wendy's by myself for $30, so because of my big appetite. So fed a family of 4 for only $30, and it was a super fun cook. And like I said, it was delicious. Request from my wife for Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to my wife and all the other mothers out there. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for what you do. You are the glue that holds our families together. And for that, I say God bless you and happy Mother's Day. But thank you for joining us on this cook. Just bottom line, salmon, salt, pepper, onion powder, Old Bay in the oven, 400 degrees for about 20-25 minutes. Take it out of the oven, turn the broiler on, finish it the rest of the way, and then slop on some melted butter on top of it, and then saute some Brussels sprouts with salt, pepper, and garlic powder for an amazing meal. It's a super healthy meal, low carb meal, almost as low carb as you could get. We focus on low carb cooking on this channel. I might do a few cheat meal videos, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Cooking with Truett. Baked salmon and Brussels sprouts for Mother's Day, and I hope to see y'all on the next one. Peace.